Yo, what's up, guys? How y'all doing? It's your boy, Chef Aaron. I'm here in the building. Want to touch base with y'all, um, obviously, about the game last night, the aftermath. Didn't go as planned, but it's still a lot of positive things to talk about and to take from the game last night. In case y'all don't know what game I'm talking about, referring to Cowboys versus Eagles, season opener. Man, that was a great game, to be honest. And it was one of the best games that I've seen in a while. It was a battle. Shout out to both teams at the end of the day, you feel me? Still an Eagle hater, but, you know, they are the champs, so you got to give credit where credit's due. Um, ultimately, excuse me, some of the takeaways from the game. I'm going to start with Brian Schottenheimer. First off, first year head coach. I thought he did a great job. The play calls was crisp. The run game was decent. We had, by committee, I think we had over 100 plus rushing yards yesterday, with the exception of a Miles Sanders fumble. I think that's the only negative there. But ultimately, the team looked disciplined. The team was more physical than I've seen in years. And to come out and match the physicality of the best offensive line, the Eagles, I think we did a great job. Number two, the run defense. I think we did excellent. The first half started slow. Still got to contain Jalen Hurts. He was getting on the outside. A few missed calls, though. There was a couple holding calls that I feel like could have been called. But no excuses. You know, can't blame it on the refs. Can't leave it out there for the refs to be able to decide games for us. So, but the run defense was stout. I think we held Saquon to about 70, 80 yards, which is very good, to be honest. He's the best running back in the league. So, coming up for a 2,000-yard season, he did excellent last year, and he's the man. So, I think the run defense did great. Kenny Clark, right? He did amazing. I mean, his first game, right? You instantly see the difference on the interior. I think that they only averaged like 1.5 rushing yards when they tried to run inside against us, and I think they only averaged 2 rushing yards inside when Kenny Clark was on the field. So his impact was felt immediately, and I definitely look forward to seeing how much better this D-line can get after obviously playing a great performance. I mean, started slow, but gave up no points in the second half. Offense wasn't able to score any points either, but at the end of the day, it gets a Super Bowl team in their home with everything, they're celebrating and all the festivities last night. I think that we looked great. The D looked good, and I'm looking forward to see how they fare up against other teams in the league. Tyler Booker, first round pick. Man, dude's a dog. Like, shout out to Will McClay, man, for he keeps getting these gems, Guyton looked good last night, too. The offensive line looked amazing. But I think that Tyler Booker is really setting the tone. I think him and Tyler Smith are going to be the best tandem in the league. And honestly, with BB, Smith, Booker, Guyton, and still, this is the best offensive line we had since Larry Allen, Fozell, Nate Newton, right? Like, this is the best we had since then. I'm going to say it. I know we had Tyron Smith. I know we've had Zach. I know we had Zach Martin, and I know we had some goons over the years. But I think as a collective, cohesive unit, this is the one that looks really good. So I'm excited about that. Yeah. So those are the takeaways from the game. Some of the key points I wanted to touch on. Obviously, we fell short. Still got some work to do. Like I said, we let Jalen Hurts scramble. Didn't have a spy on him. adjustments was made in the second half, but unfortunately the offense wasn't able to put any points on the board, so we ended up taking the L. CD, baby, I won't flame you up for last night because you've been big for us over these course of the years, but damn, bro, we really needed you. So damn, there's nothing else we could say after that. We needed you last night. There was a few times where you had a chance to pretty much put us in position to take over the game, man. We had a Miles Sanders fumble that killed us. Damn, bro, like you had a 50-yard run, then the next play we give you the ball, you fumbled. So damn. But all in all, bro, I still think that Dallas did well, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season to see what else we got. I think we still a playoff team. I think last night we showed we could contend with pretty much any team. But one thing I will say is, do all in all, we look good. But damn, it's like the same old stuff sometimes when it comes to, we always just fall like a play short or everything's going right and then one thing just goes wrong. It's like, for some reason, as a fan, so I've been watching, it's been a long time since we able to just get everything to go our way. It always seems like something at the most inopportune time does happen to us. And I know that what Stephen A be saying, accident waiting to happen. Damn, bro, like it's almost like he doomed us with that sometime, because it's like we did everything to win last night. You know, we were the better team. I feel like overall, I think that Jalen Hurts is amazing, because honestly, that's all they had. Saquon did have a touchdown, but I don't think Saquon had this, you know, this crazy game that, you know, I think we contained him for the most part. So yeah, man. I think overall Dallas looked good. I'm excited to see what Dallas has coming up, and I'm excited to see what the season is for the boys. And my prediction last night was 28-24, and man, we came close to at least having 27 a few times, right? So I think that I was spot on with the prediction. Just didn't go our way at the end, and you know, we got work to do. Get back to it next week for sure, definitely. But definitely excited about the season. Like I said, for a first-year head coach, for a new defensive scheme, really a bunch of new coaches, new offensive line coach or OC, right? So we did a lot of new things, and it was a lot of new components to the team. But overall, I think the team looks great. I think that Brian Schottenheimer seems to be a great hire. He has the locker room and the boys playing inspired, so grateful for that. And that's my wrap up, man. You know, Cowboy Nation, we be in the building, man, for sure. And let's get it, man. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. I'll tap in earlier, or I'll tap in later this week with my predictions for week 2 against the Giants, man. Peace.